Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Daniela, and today I'm gonna start a new show with 1899 coming to an end. Something new has to start, and apparently is Mindhunter. Um, it was on my list for a lot of time, so I don't remember exactly what's about, but I think it's about serial killers and not necessarily serial killers, but more understanding the mind of a serial killer. Anyway, as usual, got something to drink. The episode is ready to start. So, without further ado, let's do this.
We need to know what's going on. If you harm anyone, it will not end well for you.
Special Agent Holden Ford.
Nankovic.
Is he talking?
Not making much sense. You been briefed?
On the way over. 5 people still in there?
A security guard, a secretary, 3 guys from the line.
Take it easy, Mr. Miller.
I want my wife!
Put the gun down, step away from Miss Cutwell.
I have asked you.
We need to see that everyone is unharmed.
You can't see me!
I'm warning you. Our patience is wearing thin.
You shoot what you can't see!
For the moment, is there anything else we can get you?
Fucking people away!
Okay. Give us some time to reach your wife.
Okay?
Thank you. He has no criminal history. He's clearly having an episode. We need to keep him calm and wear him down. Definitely get rid of those reporters.
You see me?
Oh, God. Yes! I can see you!
What do you see?
I can see that you're naked! I can see that you're cold.
Shouldn't be funny.
Hi, Mrs. Miller. Don't get out. What happened this morning?
I don't know. I tried to get him sectioned on Sunday, but I haven't seen him since.
Is he delusional? Violent?
He's not violent. He's been saying that he's invisible for a while now.
Did the doctor diagnose him?
Cody wouldn't tell me. He's supposed to be taking medication, but he might have stopped.
What kind of medication?
I'm not sure. He kept talking to people that weren't there, saying they could see him. I told him I was gonna leave him if he didn't go to the hospital.
I'd really like to know what's going on in there. I promise you we can work this out. She is very worried about you.
You talked to her?
On the phone. Maybe you could talk to her on the phone.
No! She has to be here.
What do you want to say to her? Maybe I can help.
I don't think so.
Damn. Well, at least no one else is hurt.
He took hostages. He knew there'd be consequences.
He thought he was invisible.
You're not his shrink. You're not responsible for diagnosing him. That's not your remit. If an operation's going to go south, this is not the worst outcome. Stay focused on what we do.
If I did everything by the book, it begs the question.
Holden, this place is pretty much the benchmark for excellence in law enforcement. You didn't lose one hostage or bystander. That's how we measure success. And your courses are a big hit in the summer. I actually think you should be teaching more.
You're putting me out to pasture.
No, I'm putting you to work where it really counts. Because of what happened, Holden. It seasoned you.
Thank you, sir. I'd rather not.
Wow, this is awkward. I'd like you to sleep on it over the weekend. Because you start full-time on Monday.
Coming to anyone with an attitude of I'm right, you're wrong, assumes that they're of rational mind. We must establish communication. Non-threatening communication. Try understanding him instead of trying to dominate him. And if it feels like you're buying time, well, that's because you are. And I'm in my office on Friday for anyone who has questions about the psychological strategies exam.
Apparently, no one is quite interested in that.
Robert Violante and Stacy Moskowitz were making out in their car when David Berkowitz walked up and shot them both point blank. Berkowitz killed 6 people over 2 summers, wounding 7 more. Why? Because a dog told him to do it. We could say that the guy's crazy, or that he's pretending that he's crazy. But if we're looking for a motive we can understand, we suddenly find there is none. Now, we have extreme violence between strangers. Where do we go when motive becomes elusive?
What got you started?
Starkweather, Whitman, Manson, of course, but Son of Sam kind of epitomizes now.
It's as if we don't know anymore what moves people to kill one another.
Used to be, you find a victim with 50 stab wounds, you look for the jilted lover, the ex-business partner. Now, could be a random run-in with a disgruntled mailman.
It's a different era. Is that what all this is about? Just a response to turmoil?
The government used to be symbolically a parental institution. Now, it's a free-for-all.
It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday. How old are you?
24.
You don't look old enough to be in here.
What are you, a narc?
FBI, actually. Special Agent Holden Ford.
Wow.
Can you tell?
Everybody can tell.
He knew I'd been drinking. He didn't know where I was, who I was with. Well, I couldn't explain the things I did. So I went to a psychiatrist who told me that I was a woman trapped in a man's body.
You didn't like it?
No, I really liked it. It was just so sad. He was obviously very disturbed, but somehow I liked him.
Yeah, you have empathy.
Yeah, I really liked the dialogue. It was just very real. When I first started at the academy, they would send women out of the room if there was any of that talk. They called it deviant terminology. We even had a list of words we had to memorize.
What exactly is it you think you're missing out on?
We need to know the current academic thinking.
No, you don't want to rely on academics.
I'm not saying rely. Just get updated.
We just got updated. It's all in the library. 1972, everything was new.
That was 5 years ago.
There have been some fine psychological studies over the years, but these are people who don't understand the criminal mind. They only understand their corner of the world, which is a very small corner.
Well, they must know something.
As far as the Bureau is concerned, psychology is for backroom boys. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Cesare Lombroso drags us out of the Dark Ages and launches the scientific era in criminology by differentiating 5 criminal classes. Born criminal, insane criminal, criminal by passion, habitual criminal, and the occasional criminal. In other words, there are those that are born that way, and those who become that way by extrapolation. Are criminals born?
Made.
Or are they formed?
I'm an instructor in the Bureau's training and recruitment program out of Quantico, and we really need to hear from people like you.
I'm sorry, are you trying to recruit me?
Just to hear your perspectives and your insights.
Understand perfectly.
I'm sorry if you call yourself a professor of criminal psychology. But you won't even talk to the educational arm of the FBI. It's just...
Sign of the times, man.
So? We do not want him scared. We want him calm. Always expect complicated.
All right, I'm asking you to put the gun down, Mike.
No way. Kiss my black ass, Mark.
Wait, what?
For the purpose of this exercise, I'm imagining I'm Negro.
Then fuck you. I asked you to put that gun down.
No, fuck you, you dumb cracker motherfucker.
Wait a minute. What is all that?
It's jive talk.
We don't need to get into that. In real life, people just press their demands.
Excuse me. What is the point of this?
Psychologically preparing you for reality. And the reality is, you have to talk to them. Somebody demands the impossible, you can't just shoot them.
Why do we have so much firearms training?
Well, because that is a tactical response for when all else fails. But wouldn't you like to try something different? Or would you rather use firearms all the time?
I'd kind of rather use firearms.
Why?
Seems safer.
How is all that cursing creating a dialogue?
It's not really about the cursing.
I'm sure it's all quite modern and fashionable in academic circles, but it seems very theatrical to me.
Role-playing exercises are considered a valuable tool, with or without the cursing.
I think we have enough exercises here at the academy. If you're going to start implementing new ones, we need to talk to somebody in the behavioral science unit.
You think they can help?
They can go over the soundness of the psychology for you. That's their thing.
So they wanted him to do his thing, but now they are not letting him do his thing because it's too new.
Holden Ford?
Hi.
Bill Tench, behavioral science. How old are you? 26, 27?
29.
That's interesting. A lot of guys your age don't want to go back to school because they feel it undermines their authority.
I was hoping it would give me some authority.
You're so eager to do good, you have a big blue flame shooting out of your asshole.
I'm just trying to be a better instructor.
I started this thing a couple of years ago. I go out on the road and give classes in various police departments, from Buffalo, New York to San Diego, California. There's a million cops out there who want to know what we know. They learn something, and I learned something firsthand by getting involved on their level.
Would you want some help with that?
Funny,
Maybe we
yes.
can help each other.
I'm from the Fairfield Chronicle. You gentlemen are from the FBI, is that right?
How are things going with the Jeffries case?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The woman they found behind the church.
We're here for something else.
The woman and her little boy.
We're instructors. It's 1977, and suddenly motive is elusive. The question is not only why did the killer do it, but why did the killer do it this way? We are now talking about psychology.
Some people are just crazy, right?
Crazy in that they have no reason for what they do?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, often this crazy person has never done anything like this before.
Something just flips.
Why do we behave the way we do? It's a question asked by poets and philosophers and theologians since time immemorial. Our new quest, like Freud, is to look beyond what we assume are obvious impulses.
So why didn't you just say that?
Do you know that his mother was a jailbird and a prostitute? Do you know when he was 10 years old, she palmed him off onto his sadistic, Bible-thumping uncle who beat him within an inch of his life and taunted him to act like a man. Charles responded to that by becoming a pimp and an armed robber and was incarcerated for over 20 years where he continued to be brutalized. Here we have a child who was unwanted, unloved, regularly beaten, and repeatedly institutionalized. Now, might this not have had some sort of an effect on him?
He was born that way.
What way?
Just bad.
Can we be a little bit more specific? Technically, he didn't kill anybody.
Look at those eyes. How can you not say that dude's evil?
Circumstances affect behavior. The real question is, how could we not have seen this coming?
We did. He was institutionalized because we could see it coming.
Just maybe. Locking him up his young life helped make him what he was.
No.
What the fuck?
We locked him up because of what he did. They already knew what he was.
Locked him up, but maybe he didn't go to the...
I think what Holden's trying to say is maybe it's both. The one impacting on the other in a vicious circle.
the right treatment. No one took care of.
Well, I'll just tell my buddies in robbery homicide who were there when the corpses were found that they may have overlooked a difficult upbringing.
You need to figure out who you're talking to before you tell a sob story about little Chucky Manson. They wrote pigs on the wall in their victim's blood.
They completely missed my point.
You must have heard about the mother and child who were murdered recently. Ada Jeffries and her boy.
We've seen reporters.
I don't understand entirely what you're talking about with this psychology. I don't understand much of anything anymore.
What's on your mind, Frank?
Hate to bother.
No, by all means, bother us.
Ada was the kind of woman who wouldn't say boo to a goose. She lived in a rooming house in Libertyville. No drugs, no alcohol. Never had a brush with the law. The boy was polite and quiet. She had him in Sunday school at the Methodist church. Landlady found the bodies. They had been dead 4 days.
She was found cuffed and lashed to the bed. Whoever it was made the boy watch.
Then did the same thing to him. My assumption is he held a knife to the boy to keep her quiet. Vice versa.
This falls clearly into the category of lust murder. By that I mean it's sexually motivated.
That cannot be about horny.
It's more about sexual gratification through the annihilation of another.
The fact that the killer left nothing behind is interesting. It must have been premeditated to a degree.
What about the boy?
He was a witness.
There are more expedient ways to get rid of a witness.
Is this crime about the woman or about the child? He might not be a congregant. Might be someone just passing through, but the church could be significant.
I don't follow.
All I'm saying is the broom may mean something.
What?
I don't know.
Come on, Agent Ford. You got fancy methods. What does a broomstick in the ass of a dirt-poor single mom mean?
I don't know. We can't help you with this.
We need more time to go over this.
We are in the dark here. We don't know any more than you do. It wasn't lust murder. It wasn't some random thrill killer who was born bad, and it wasn't a panty thief who wanted to change things up. It was an aberration. At the moment, I just don't think we can say anything to a guy like McGraw with any kind of certainty.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I do now, Bill, as it happens.
Okay. So next time you're a long way from home and you flip your shit, you find a payphone and you tell it to your girlfriend. Okay?
Okay.
How does that sound?
It sounds okay, Bill.
Okay. That was interesting. So, that was the first episode of Mindhunter. And it was quite nice. It seems like it's something that I will enjoy. I know I haven't talk much during the episode. I was just trying to get the general idea and, you know, learn the names. But I was, you know, quite interested. It's actually something that I'm interested about. So yeah, I can't wait to see the rest of the episodes. I also learned that it was cancelled after the second season, so great. But let's do a quick recap to see if I got things right. We are in the 70s, 77 to be more specific. The era of serial killers, the idea of, you know, understanding what is making them, I don't know, click. But Holden Ford, FBI agent, working as hostage negotiator teacher. I think he is more focused on the negotiating part and, you know, de-escalating a situation where, you know, hostages are involved and trying to, you know, keep everyone alive is trying to understand and trying to make others understand that there are like nuances to everything, even in, you know, crime. But apparently no one is quite understanding or wants to understand more and learn new things. It seems like everyone is kind of laughing of him. He, you know, doesn't want to give up, especially now that, you know, they're just kind of done with Manson and the Manson family, and, you know, they got Son of Sam, and I mean, he's not alone. There are some people that, you know, trying to understand what is going on with them. But in his research and wonder, Holden found Bill, another FBI agent that I don't quite remember what his job, his actual job. And they decided to, or he, at least Bill, wants to go around America, kind of, from a police station to another, to, you know, teach some things about psychology, and in return, you know, learn some things as well about, you know, the cases there, and with doing all this research and, you know, maybe, you know, see some patterns, or, you know, they went to this police station and they were trying to, you know, speak about psychology and what makes a killer. Is it, you know, nature or nurture? And Holden got into an argument with the lieutenant that, you know, didn't necessarily took part, but, you know, knew all the people that took part in the Manson case. And when Holden was, you know, starting to talk about Manson and his childhood, that maybe they didn't understood him, But the lieutenant said that, yeah, because we understood him and what he is, they locked him up when he was young. But in my opinion, I think, I mean, they all got very, upset, kind of. But I think what Holden was trying to say is that maybe you can prevent some things, and maybe kind of the system has a problem, because it's not necessary to lock someone up as a kid, like in what is called juvenile center or whatever. You just lock him up, but you don't offer help to make him better. It's not enough to just lock him up if you don't try to make him a better person. Just put him with the rest and doesn't learn anything good, at least, and you'll, after it's released, is doing the exact same thing or even worse. Interesting idea and question what makes people what they are, what makes serial killers or killers in general what they are. I personally think that you have to be born with this, I don't know, evil side, bad side, whatever you want to call it. But it also depends of the environment. I think even if you are born bad, being in a good environment, it can change you. But if the environment is not helping you either, that seed in your brain can grow. Also, be from a rich family and be too spoiled, and it definitely has to be the right conditions for the bad seed to grow. I mean, I don't know. It's something that I still think about, so that's why I'm quite interested in this show. I think this is all I have to say about this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. See you next time. Bye.